Hello, it's Will here, and it's time for Soundabouts, Goodnight, Songs and Stories. Our story today is called Chaska, and it's about the sun, the moon, some birds, and some flowers. But let's start with our time to rest melody. But I think today we'll do time to cuckoo, because that's a bird sound and part of our song today. So we'll sing a little tag and then do some cuckoo. Now it's time to cuckoo, my friends. Cuckoo, 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 cuckoo. Now it's time to cuckoo, my friends. I've got a little instrument that cuckoos here in a different key. Cuckoo, 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 cuckoo. So there'll be some time to cuckoo along with us, and in the story we might be quickly hiding or quickly moving our hands down like we talked about on Monday, and then contrast that with slow, slow. Here's our story, Chaska. There was a time when daytime ended and night began in the blink of an eye. 1 minute, it was light, and you could be outside with the warm sunshine on your face. And the next, the sun had disappeared. The air was cold and the moon had rushed up into the sky, and it was totally dark. That's the sun going down very quickly. This was very confusing for everyone, especially the birds and the flowers, who liked to be safe tucked up in bed before the dark came. The birds would stop tweeting gently and instead would squawk and flap and scramble to get to their nests. What a panic it was. The flowers would close their petals as quickly as they could to stay warm. But every day this got harder, and they started to wilt and look sorry for themselves, even when the sun shone in the daytime. There was a woman called Chaska, who had a beautiful garden full of flowers, with big trees full of songbirds. She was so sad to hear the birds squawk and cry when the day finished and the night started, as they flapped and fluttered their wings. And she was sad to see her flowers in the garden get cold and lose their colour in the cold night. Chaska was a very powerful woman with a knack for making things better for everyone around her. She decided to change how the days ended. First, she spoke to the sun. Your warm light is so loved by the world. You must give us time to say thank you at the end of the day, she said gently. The sun was very pleased to be told this and promised to try setting more slowly so the bird could hear the world saying thank you for another beautiful day. Next, Chaska went to the moon. Your light is so magical. It makes everything it touches glimmer and gleam. It is so beautiful. You should rise more gently so the world can see this change happen as they watch. This would bring so much happiness. The moon was very flattered and pleased by this idea, so it promised to rise more slowly and to give everyone time to see the world covered in its cool rays. At the end of the next day, this is what happened. Instead of the day switching to night, like the turning off as a switch, the sun began to drop across the sky slowly. It dropped so slowly. One more time. It dropped so slowly. The sun began to drop slowly across the sky. The light went from yellow to orange to red and finally to blue. This was the first beautiful sunset, and everyone came out of their homes to watch. The sun saw the happy people and was glad. The birds felt the change and kept tweeting happily as they moved slowly to their beds. Flowers gently started to roll their petals and closed and fell into a safe, warm sleep. Then, when the sun had disappeared over the horizon, the moon began to slowly rise up and turn the world into a shining silver picture. Everything the moonbeams touched shone and gleamed. The people looking into their gardens saw how special the world looked and went to their beds feeling lucky to live in such a wonderful place. Chaska smiled to herself and went to sleep. That was the dusk sorted. Next, she had plans for the dawn. So that's our story, and on Friday we'll do a bit more hiding, quickly and hiding slowly, maybe some more bird sounds. Let's listen to our song. Cuckoo, cuckoo. We can make that sound. Canta el cuckoo, your culto ne forja, hey el boo. cuckoo, cuckoo. En el lejano bosque ya canta el cuckoo. Oculto forjai el búho contestó. Cuckoo le amo, cuckoo le amo, cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Cuckoo le amo, cuckoo le amo, cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. We'll do some more singing along with that on Friday too. So now it's time to rest and say goodnight. Now it's time to rest by staying still and listen.